Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to chat with you guys about some items I do not purchase at the grocery store to save money. Many frugal people buy these items, nothing wrong with that. And I start all my videos like this, guys. Everything I talk about is personal preference. We all have different opinions and what works for us. So many of you may buy a lot of these items and that is okay. So the first one is number one, and because I don't care for it, and I notice if I buy it, the family does not really eat it. And so think about this. You may want to buy something thinking it's going to save your family a lot of money at the grocery store, but if it doesn't get eaten and it just sits there, it really doesn't save you money. So I'm going to go over meat. The first one will be ground turkey. I've made hot dishes and things like that with ground turkey, and you know something? Nobody really likes it. And it's just not something that people enjoy. It just ends up sitting there. Also, chicken legs. I've gotten chicken legs dirt cheap, like 19 cents a pound. Nobody was eating them. And so, you know, it's just not worth it for me to buy things, or chicken wings, any of that. Another thing, ground beef, that's $73.27. It just, I don't care for it. And so what I'll do instead is I like ground beef when I make, say, casseroles and things. So I just use half of what I used to use. I used to use like a couple pounds, 2.5 pounds of meat. Now, the family would love if I would put more meat, but we just have more vegetables in there. So I use less meat, and that is how I save the money rather than using ground turkey. I've tried seasoning up ground turkey to taste good. It's just that the stuff doesn't get eaten. So that is one way I don't save money. Number two, and this is probably one of the hugest money savers. I tried it. I just didn't care for it. And I don't use that many beans. Remember, there's only 3.5 of us. And so it's my husband, my daughter, myself, and then her boyfriend sometimes eats over too. So dried beans. I don't purchase dried beans in a bag. I don't go through them that fast, so I just buy the canned ones. So that's something, and it saves me on time. Number three, and this is huge, and I've saved a lot of money with this. I have a lot of frozen produce, and as a matter of fact, I really need to go through and use quite a bit of it, but I don't buy like bagged produce, like a bag of apples, because a lot of them don't get eaten. I notice they don't taste as good, and so I'm really cautious. I don't buy a lot of produce, and I don't buy older or clearance items or things out of season, because a lot of times half the stuff that's in there, like I've seen strawberries, and like the whole bottom layer is not even good, and they don't taste that good. So I buy them frozen. I use that, and mostly because a lot of it just doesn't get eaten. And so I've gotten way better on food, or not wasting food. And that's the most important thing. I'd rather spend a little bit more and not waste what I have. So produce or buying things in bags. Number four, and this is kind of the one that I know some of you are really against this. I asked a question on my community tab a while back. Hey, I see a lot of recipes that call for margarine. I actually have never tried margarine, or if I have, I don't remember. Our family always used butter growing up, but I know some families, to save money, use margarine, okay? I've actually never tried it. I actually know families that use lard. I've never tried lard, though. I'm curious if any of you have ever cooked with lard. That's my question for you guys. I've never done. I remember they used to say it was not good for you, but hey, let's just be honest. So many things aren't good for us, okay? And some of these people that are living to 104, 108 years old, they probably have eaten all this stuff. I can tell you right now, my father, who's about to be 87, used to eat bacon grease sandwiches, okay? And guess what? He doesn't have any cholesterol problems, high blood pressure, or high sugar, which I know may surprise you. But I don't buy margarine. I do buy butter, mostly because my husband told me he doesn't care for margarine, and I just prefer butter because that's what I grew up on. I also prefer regular vanilla. I don't think I have, or if I have, it's been a long time, imitation vanilla. I've actually never used it. I don't know if you can tell the difference in taste. I know they say real vanilla is better, but those are two things I haven't done to save money. And last but not least, number five, I don't just buy a bunch of items in bulk to save money. Example, I'm not going to go buy a whole bunch of something like a huge bag of rice or a huge bag of flour. I just don't want to do that and have it go bad, because I'm eating less than I used to, and we can actually buy less food because, you know, unless you store it properly, things can go bad after a while. So I'm really working on being cautious and using what we have at the house first. And also with that, have you been to a grocery store where you have to buy 5 to get the deal? Unless it's something that we eat a lot of, I don't do that. These are things I don't purchase to save money. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Name some items that you do not purchase that many frugal people might purchase just to save money. Let's hear from you in the comments below. I love you, appreciate you, and I sure hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye, everybody.